The City of Gary Department of Public Parks Board of Park Commissioners Board meeting for the date of Tuesday, May 28th, 2024 is now in session. Let the record reflect that there was no executive session held, therefore no need for certification. Roll call.
Commissioner Harrell.
Present.
Commissioner Patterson.
Present.
President Gardner.
Present. We have a quorum and will continue. We'll now have our Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I would address your attention to the minutes for the date of May 15th. Are there any questions?
None here.
Then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the minutes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Harrell.
Yes.
Commissioner Patterson.
Yes.
President Gardner.
Yes, minutes are approved. Next, we have our claims report, but I don't see. We don't have one? Okay. Neither payroll, I don't see it either. Okay, we'll come back to it, okay? Legal contracts.
All right, good morning. We have several legal contracts on the agenda today. The first one we forgot on last, and they have already, and we discussed it in our meeting, our pre-meeting about the new contractor as it relates to security. The new contract for this is city security. On the second page, the compensation will not exceed $25,000 or $20,500, and we're just asking that the board approve this contract for the remainder of the year as it relates to Hudson Campbell.
Hudson Campbell, okay.
Are there any questions? Then I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the security contract for Hudson Campbell.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Okay, just go with our first thought. President Dwight Gardner.
Yes.
Okay. President Alan Harrell. Commissioner Alan Harrell.
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson.
Yes.
Motion is approved.
The second is a concessionaire contract, and this is with J&M Excursions. J&M Excursion will be doing the watercraft recreational activities on the lagoon. I did it just for a year so we can determine whether that is something that works for us. They will be paying $600 per month, and I believe that's the gist of this contract.
Is this the kayak? Or?
Yes. And that is
Actually,
it's just,
600.
is it overall? Oh, okay, then I need to amend that.
Yeah.
Okay. And that the period for this contract will be from today or June 1st through October 31st. And the equipment has to be removed by November 5th.
I will entertain them. Are there any questions? Let's start there.
I heard something about an amendment. So are we going to vote on this now or amend the document and vote the next, whatever?
Well, we need
Legal.
to probably clarify that, but I would just say, I thought it was gonna be $600 per month. Director is understanding that it's $600 over the term of the couple of months. So we would amend it to the $600 over the period of the contract.
That is correct. Last year, actually, we didn't get anything for these services.
So do we want to table this, or
No,
can?
no, I
we
would
vote
rather
it?
do
Okay.
it by just amending that part of the contract, and because we want to get it started as soon as possible.
Okay.
We don't want to delay it to mid-June.
Then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the contract with J&M Excursions LLC for water recreation at the Marquette Park Lagoon in the amount of $600 for the term specified. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Alan Farrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson,
Yes.
and President Dwight Garner.
Yes.
The next contract is for contract services for Myers Builders, and Myers Builders is going to build a shelter, and that will be at Howe Park. And the amount is not to exceed $30,000.
And Commissioners, this is in addition to the shelter that has already been constructed. If you all recall, some time ago, well, actually in 2016, 2017, there were monies that were secured from the county that provided for some renovations for Howe Park. And this funding, the money for this contract is going to come out of that funding, but it has to be approved by this board because that Howe Park board is now defunct.
Okay. That was the question I was going to ask, what part of money this was coming out of.
That is correct.
Okay. Then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the contract with Myers Builders to erect a shelter at Howe Park, not to exceed $30,000 in cost.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Alan Farrell,
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson.
Yes.
And President Dwight Garner.
Yes.
All right, lastly, we have several MOUs that I'm just going to ask that the board approve. However, I have discussed with the director that those will be on various conditions that I'll let the board know about. We have, of course, the summer program coming up with the Youth Services Bureau, and the Youth Services Bureau is asking for MOUs for Jay's Breakfast Club, Boys and Girls Club, Brown Skin Coffee, Clark Road Genesis Food Service, and Extreme Nutrition. And Mr. Rucker maybe can explain, what he's requesting.
Good morning, members of the board. For these MOUs for our summer programs, we wanted to extend our program to, of course, send summer workers to go further outside of our city infrastructure, so we can give them some training, some job experience when it comes to the hospitality arena, for Jay's Breakfast Club, for the Brown Skin Coffee, as well as for summer programming to take place with our Health and Issues grant that we were recipients of in 2023. Of course, we have to spend some of those dollars. So of course, this grant is around the infrastructure of health and fitness. So the Boys and Girls Club, which is a city entity, also has programs that are centered around that we wanted to send some Geary students to be a part of that. We also have a representative here from the Boys and Girls Club to give that presentation and that overscope of what would take place in this program, extending from the summer, the fall, all the way to the winter to conclude this year. Also with Extreme Nutrition, who is our vendor, which is across the hall, she will be providing services over the summer to our summer workers at our camp to do exercises with them, provide them with post-workouts and pre-workout supplements for them to take while they're doing their workout at the camp, which is Reed Park Pavilion over the summer. That starts June 10th and will conclude July 19th. Have any questions?
Questions from board members?
No.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Are we gonna hear from?
Yes, we might as well hear the presentation now.
As well.
Oh, hi, how you doing?
Good
Morning.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. I am Brianna Griffin. I'm the program director at the Boys and Girls Club here in location. You may know it as Tottleston School. So we are going to be having about 100 young people over the summer. And so what we're going to be doing is a comprehensive programming that deals with them having physical health as well as making healthy relationships. They will do this about 4 times a week. We give them lunch and snack, and we open at 6 a.m. in the morning all the way to 6:30 p.m. And so we're just asking for help to, pay our staff because they do make $13 an hour. And we want to make sure that they have a safe place that they could come to at the Boys and Girls Club. So we do thank you guys for the opportunity. And it's real simple. That's what we're going to be offering from June 10th all the way to May 2025. So that is for us. Thank you.
Okay.
And I'm asking that the MOUs be approved, and I'm just asking that we have some provisions, though, that the ARPA funds can be used for this, so we're going to have to get a written response, and the directors are working on that written okay as it relates to the ARPA funds being used for those employees from our ARPA manager, as well as making sure that our insurance coverage, the city is approving off-site workers. So those are the 2 provisions that I want as we approve the MOUs.
How many workers are we talking here?
That's 10 workers.
10
to be
workers?
spread across and all of our community partners.
Okay. Okay.
Any other questions? Then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the MOUs as presented with the necessary revisions.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Alan Harrell.
Yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson.
Yes.
And President Dwight Gardner.
Yes.
And let me just confer with the director. Is that it, director? Do we have anything else that you got the 3?
I think that's it.
Okay. We've been moving fast, so we just want to
have.
make sure we have everything.
It's been a lot.
So that is the legal report. Thank you.
All right, that'll take us to our administrative reports. Aquatics, Hudson Campbell, Marquette Park, Park Maintenance, and the Youth Services Bureau.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
No long report today. We had the opening weekend this weekend. It went phenomenal.
Good.
We were also on the radio show this morning, WLTH, to talk about all the updates, and that went amazing as well. I will say again, we have the fire department at the beach for the first time in about 6 years. That is going so well so far. Everybody is working together. We're all on the same page. I am excited for the rest of the season.
So what's our lifeguard situation?
We don't have a situation. We have lifeguards.
Outstanding.
Yeah, so this weekend, because I'm still pulling them on, it's
Right.
pick up with pulling them on, we started off with 6.
Okay.
And so they went over the routines, they know what to do. They're out there right now, because it's 10 o'clock now, they're out there patrolling the beach now.
Okay, and more will be joining after school is out?
I will have every single position filled this year.
Outstanding.
So I am excited. Everything is going the way it's supposed to go.
Excellent. Okay, any questions from board members?
Good job.
Thank you. Hudson Campbell.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We are working on our fall programming, and I'm going to put out a survey for some questionnaires for our senior group and find out different activities that they want to see at the Hudson Campbell. What can I do to help improve different fitness program and also social programs. We'll also be implementing once a month where we'll have like a social group for the seniors where they like to bring like the potlucks and like play cards and do things like that. So now I'm doing more, because I have a lot of programs for the youth, so I want to focus on the seniors for during the day to have more programming. And also, like a lot of people didn't know about what we offer at the Hudson Campbell, so just get more programming for our seniors.
Any questions?
None here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marquette Park.
Morning.
Good morning.
So as you know, Beach did open this weekend. It was rainy, but we were open, so it wasn't a whole lot of traffic, but it's okay. We did start off with one ticket taker. We are still in the process of bringing someone else in, but as you know, two will not work for the summer, so we're working on bringing some more ticket specialists in for this year. This Saturday, we have Touch a Truck, which will be held at Westside High School, Westside Leadership Academy, I'm sorry. And we are asking you all to come out and participate. You know, come and touch the trucks, the helicopters, the Humvees, those type of vehicles that you would normally not get a chance to interact with. So this Saturday, you're able to do that. It begins at 12 o'clock to 4 o'clock at Westside. Don't forget, Food Truck Block Fest is Saturday, June the 13th, I believe. Oh, now I'm going blank. That's from 12 to 8 at Marquette Park Pavilion. The Gary Air Show. And don't forget the Lemon Drops and Lamb Chops, which are held every second and fourth Thursdays of the month. Call us to reserve a table because the tables are going fast. Last week we had 30 table reservations and all of them showed up. So it's really a good thing that we have going and we just want to keep it going.
Any questions?
Do they have entertainment when they do the lemon drops?
The DJs.
Oh, it's DJs,
yeah,
okay.
We have like 5 different DJs, so you have a different DJ every hour.
Okay. They had something on Wednesday, I want to say.
Wind Down Wednesday.
Was that Wind Down Wednesday? Okay.
You mean in the past?
This past Wednesday, yes. I was riding my bike around the park and I noticed the bike lanes were all full.
Wednesday?
Illegal-
Marquette?
At Marquette, yeah.
Well, I'm going blank, so I don't even remember.
So I think it was
All
a
the
wind
events
down
are
Wednesday. I think it
running
was.
together for me.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Wind Down last week.
Well, the police were there, okay, and some of the areas directing people where to park.
Wednesday or Thursday? It was, so we had events Thursday, Friday,
'cause
Saturday,
maybe
and
it was
Sunday.
Thursday
Yeah, it
then.
was Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, all the events running together, but we didn't have anything Wednesday.
Okay.
It was Thursday.
Okay.
So that was Lemon Drops and Lamb Chops.
I see. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All righty,
Guys
thank you.
keep busy out there. I know that.
Park maintenance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Don.
So last week, we worked on getting all the picnic tables and the grill tops and that ready at the Jewel Parks. We had 4 of them that were open. It was Ironwood, Howe, Glen Ryan, and Towson. They're all out. All the grills are out. Looks good. We also worked with GSD and the traffic department on restriping. We got the parking lot swept at Lake Street and got that restriped. We cleaned it out, all the sand's gone out of there and restriped. It turned out really well. Couple events this weekend. We had the memorial at Roosevelt High School that we set up for. And now moving forward, we are starting our regular mowing schedule. Today and tomorrow are actually the 2nd district. It's one of those things this year, it's Memorial Day, you're getting pulled off because you want to get the Jewel Parks ready to go for Memorial Day. This week, we're starting our schedule, but we're going to pull a couple people off. The irrigation people at Roosevelt are going to be out there to start looking at the irrigation for the baseball fields. So we're going to do a big cleanup out there also, just so that park gets in pristine shape before they start, and it's a lot easier for the irrigation people to lay their pipes and stuff like that when everything's manicured and a lot of the fence lines are done and sprayed and stuff like that. Other than that, our equipment is all up and running. We haven't had hardly any problems, knock on wood, but we also have our seasonal help coming in. So we have a nice staff. We're assembling a real good team. Levita keeps interviewing them and sending them over to me. So things are going well right now.
Great. Questions?
I do. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna ask how are the pavilion rentals going?
Excellent.
That would be me.
Yeah.
I can say excellent because we have to clean them up. and stuff,
Okay,
so-
yeah, okay.
So, real well.
The jet ski launch, has that been dredged? Is that
No,
functioning?
right now, we're not gonna dredge that. We're waiting for some quotes. What we're actually thinking about doing is filling that in because it just, you can't stay on top of it, you know? I mean, after one day, you can't get a jet ski even through there. So what we're looking at is the construction mats that go over the top of it, where they'll actually build a road of these construction mats, not a road, but, I mean, for lack of a better word, it actually will go all the way to the water and have a turnaround where they can disembark right at the water's edge. So that we don't have to keep dredging and just fighting that problem continually year after year and actually day after day during the season.
And there was a reason I was asking. I saw next door there was quite a bit of chatter, people asking, is it open? Can I launch my jet ski? So there's an opportunity there that we're missing, because there's people that want to do it.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
we
it's
can-
all in the process. We're actually waiting for quotes right now.
I can recall last year that it was so expensive. Didn't you, we put like $50,000?
63.
Yeah,
Oh, I was gonna say,
we
it was
lost a hu-
very
yeah,
expensive.
we lost a huge amount of money.
Yeah, we didn't gain-
We invested far more money than
Than
we
we-
received
right.
trying to keep
And so we're
open
trying
that
to do
spot.
something different, you know, and just so that, you know, we just can't keep doing this. It's
And there's a good benchmark. If you go over to Dune Acres, they've got a jet ski launch. It's a mat that's rolled out, a woven mat, and it stops right at their parking lot so people can pull
That's
out.
what we're- that's
And they
what
can
we're-
take it out with their four-wheeler right to the water's
That's
edge.
exactly what we're looking at.
Whatever we can
And
do to.
Don did bring it to me maybe a couple weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And like I said, we spent $63,000 on digging out, and our return on investment was not even close. So we lost a great deal of money in doing it the way we used to do it. So we're gonna do it differently and be able to turn that around.
And this also helps the fire department and anyone else that comes
Right.
out for rescue and things like that, because they have to have access to the water.
Right.
And with the sand coming in and filling in that ditch every time, you know, it wasn't a given thing that they were gonna have access to the water.
Do we have any quotes from any vendors that can supply that right now? Or we're waiting to hear?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Summer's upon us.
Kanisha and I mean, it should go fast. A couple weeks ago, we met with the people out there, and we're just waiting.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
Definitely before I give my report, I just want to introduce two new program supervisors for my summer program to you all. We have two new summer workers that have started today. They have also participated in putting their board packets together, so definitely one of their first tasks that they were given. They did a good job at it. We have Ms. Tierney Lockett.
Okay, welcome.
Good morning.
Ms. Tierney attends Tennessee State. She's a business major.
Okay.
Right here from our city.
Westside graduate?
And a Westside graduate. You know, it's not Emerson, but we still give Westside credit. We also have Ms. Fala Shade.
Okay.
Hi, it's nice to meet you all.
Why,
Absolutely.
welcome.
She attends Fisk University and she's a biology major.
Oh, my.
HBCU.
Nice.
Definitely want to introduce, you know, these will be some familiar faces that you all be seeing for the next 10 weeks of our Summer Youth Employment Program. Going into our report, last week we did our first annual Youth Opportunity Expo, which had over 50 employers, 5 trades, 5 universities here inside of our gymnasium. I want to thank Hudson Campbell, of course, Ms. Christine, for giving us the space, Don for providing the resources. YSB is small but we're mighty, so of course with the help of other park agencies to help make sure that that went afloat, we thank you and we appreciate it. We gave them surveys, and exhibitors that were here as well as the children. We even also had an actor from the Chi came and spoke to the kids as well, so that was a great turnout. In that, it was over 250 youth in the room. 70 of those youth have received jobs outside of the City of Gary's Summer Youth Employment Program, so that's something that we can be excited about.
Yeah.
Also in partnership with Work One, with those surveys we were given, Of course, this was the first time that the city of Gary has done it to my remembrance. So definitely from the surveys, they loved our facility, the size of the space that we had, and also the exhibitors that we presented to the children. Also on LinkedIn, it's all over, so if you all don't mind, go share so we can make for sure that this future event will be without a stain. Of course, still some things that we had to work out, but it still turned out to be a great event. With summer youth employment, the applications process was over on the 17th. So we have over 400 applicants for the summer youth employment program. So as we vet through those applicants beginning this week, probably by the 3rd of next week, we should have a good benchmark of the 161 youth that we will be employing in the city of Gary.
Okay.
Also, once again, thank you. I do know that there are provisions to those MOUs, but that will allow us to expand our blueprint here in the city of Gary and expose kids to areas that we have not been able to expose them to in the past, such as that hospitality arena. So I'm excited about that. Hopefully that we can get these provisions worked out, and the city will take on the responsibility of sending our kids to some of these private organizations as well as non-for-profits. Also with the Health and Issues Grant, just as the Boys and Girls Club stated, some of the things that they're going to be doing, such as triple play, the wellness activities that they have in the Boys and Girls Club. Not only do we want to extend the Health and Issues Grant for the health and fitness, we also wanted to open up to other infrastructures that are here in the city of Gary. So this gives kids exposure, which is a part of our Safe Summer initiative, for them to have somewhere to go to do recreation over the summer. So whether the city provides it or whether we join with community partners, every child will have somewhere place and safe to go this summer for recreational activities. So that definitely concludes my report. Have any questions? Got it?
Thank you. All right,
Good
we're
job.
rolling.
And finally,
Yep, director's report.
good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First, I would like to extend our condolences to the family of Brooke Pullen. Brooke is actually a student at East Chicago Central, but she lives in Gary. And both of her parents graduated from Westside High School. And on this past, yesterday, Brooke was an applicant, one of the ones that applied for our summer youth program, and Brooke succumbed to an asthma attack on yesterday morning. And I got this report. Her social worker at East Chicago is a cousin of mine, Rita. And, you know, people don't understand the secondary trauma that happens when you have grown so close to your kids. That's one thing. But this young lady had just began to start to get beautiful grades. And my cousin sent me her report card that she would have at the end of the year, and it was all A's, a B, and a C+. And I just want to extend my condolences. She was 15 years old. She's a freshman. And we're just praying for her family, for her friends, and the community of East Chicago, as well as Gary. And you just never know how precious life is until you hear something like this. So all of these young people, the 400 applicants that we have, we're filling 161 spots. Be thankful just for life. Secondly, Memorial Day. On yesterday, Colonel Ligon and the name of his group, Veterans, had an event at the memorial at Roosevelt. And first, I'd like to thank Don and his crew for cleaning that area up. It's not our property, it's the school system's property. But Don called me on Friday and said, "Hey, Levita, guess what?" And you know, when those calls come in, people don't see that side of parks, that we have to pull away from one job to go to another because somebody's having an event here or somebody's having an event there. So again, Don, thank you for making sure that that area was cleaned up so that the city can have its Memorial Day celebration there or Memorial Day event there. Again, we thank all of those servicemen who gave their lives for our country and for the freedoms that we now enjoy. I'd like to say thank you and great job to our team. We went on the radio this morning as representatives of the Parks Department, and from Don Plow to Kamisha Jackson to Tawana Lyons, they did an excellent, excellent job. Excellent job. They are experts in their fields, so they make my job easy. If there's a question for aquatics, I give it over. Don, Kamisha, absolutely phenomenal. We had more than 200 children, absolutely. And Johnny is, Johnny is the type of person that he's real quiet, reserved. Tawana may not think that way, but but he goes after it, and he's a go-getter. He made sure that everything was set up properly, and that is kudos to Johnny, to those who were working with him, to Christine Gooden-Williams, to make sure that the Hudson Campbell was prepared, from Don to make sure that all of the equipment was here. Again, got pulled off another job to come and bring some more tables and chairs to the Hudson Campbell, because that's what we do. We are a team. We work very well as a team. And again, Amari Ferguson, who is an actor on The Chi, came out. She is also a graduate.
Emerson.
And you all may know her mother is Altavise Ferguson.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and both of her children actually are actors on The Chi right now. So again, kudos to our team here, and I just wanted to say thank you, because the team pulled together and made sure that that went on without a hitch. Our Roosevelt Little League field is scheduled to begin renovations on this coming Friday. But as construction projects always do, there is a hitch. So I got a call this morning from the contractor. We have to do a couple things, but it's going to start no later than Monday. And they were out there this morning surveying the land and whatnot, and I'm glad that they did, because if they would have waited until Friday, then it would have delayed it another week. And so Simmons Landscaping is going to be doing those renovations. They're installing the irrigation system first, and then they will be working on the minor league and the senior league fields. And so we are excited about that. And we are asking our partners, those who will be assisting us in volunteering. We are putting together a cleanup day out there, because we have to get those trees out of the fence line, and there's some other things that can be done by volunteers, as well as NOAA is bringing in U.S. Steel. He's bringing in the Railcats and a couple of other organizations to assist with that cleanup. So we are asking our General Services Department, our recycling department, GSD, we're going to be putting together a cleanup day out there. So we're excited about that. For our playground equipment, again, we had a minor hitch. The installer is in Michigan right now. And they had a problem with the playground equipment in Michigan, but we are expecting that installation to begin at Tolliston on, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday, which I believe is June 10th, if I'm not mistaken. And we will begin at Tolliston, and then we will move over to Howe Park. So those will be the first of the jewel parks to get their playground equipment. We are finalizing our quotes for our resurfacing of our tennis courts, as well as our basketball courts and our pickleball court, which will be installed at Tolliston. We're going to remove one of the basketball areas because there are 2 basketball courts that are there. And the one that is furthest east is going to be removed and turned into a pickleball court. So we are excited about those. And again, our lifeguards, this weekend was an awesome weekend. When I say our lifeguards are ready, I actually went over to the training where I got an opportunity to see Tawana and Pierre in action in training our lifeguards. We're over at Calumet New Tech High School because we don't have a pool that is in the city that we were able to use. But she's been over there for the past few years. And we also had our Deputy Chief of Fire, Mark Terry, my classmate Lou Wallace, was also in the pool with the firefighters. And it's just an awesome team effort to get out there and make sure that our citizens and our visitors are safe in the water. Finally, Tawana did not report out on Senate Bill 253. Which we are actually waiting on. I'm going to have to walk it through at this point. We have prepared to be in compliance with Senate Bill 253, which is an unfunded mandate, which we are required to have encased life rings with the rope so many feet from the water. And again, thank you to the Shoreline Committee because they keep their equipment out there. We're purchasing the encased brackets there. And I think that is it. Nope. We are hiring groundskeepers, seasonal groundskeepers. I have 2 more positions that I have not filled, but we are going to be filling those. We got over 70 applications for those seasonal positions. Yep. And finally, the rental of the pavilions is going extremely well. Angie, our rental specialist, is bombarded on a daily basis. So we are excited. Again, call 886-7099 for the rental of Glen Ryan, Tolliston, as well as Roosevelt Pavilions. And that concludes my report.
And what are the fees? What does it cost to rent?
To rent Tolliston is $400 for a 6-hour event. Roosevelt, $162.50, and the same for Glen Ryan, $162.50.
And those prices are different for repasses?
Oh, repasses are $102.50, no matter which building you choose.
Okay. And finally, I forgot this. We'd like to congratulate Alyssa Gardner Seymour, a graduate of Lew Wallace High School, as well as Tennessee State. And
actually, University of Memphis.
I'm sorry,
right.
University of Memphis. And the daughter of our president, Dwight Gardner, Alyssa and her team in Tennessee won the state track championship this year. Another proud Gary graduate,
proud
absolutely. Oh, yes. I am sorry, one more thing.
No,
Mr.
right
Pruitt, do you have any updates? No, we don't. Okay, all right, thank you.
Takes us to public comment.
Before we
Oh,
get
payroll.
to our payroll, yeah. Oh, some of these.
Okay, I don't see any overtime. Are there any questions concerning payroll? Then I will entertain a motion that we would approve the payroll as presented.
So moved.
Second,
Roll call.
Commissioner Alan Harrell.
yes.
Commissioner Renee Patterson.
Yes.
And President Dwight Garner.
Yes. And now we'll have public comment.
One more thing.
Oh, go right ahead.
I forgot, I'm so sorry. I'd also like to thank the volunteers who came out to Tolliston Park on this past weekend. They did an excellent job and assist us in clearing some of the brush away from the fences and some cutting and some weeding, as well as our Parks Manager, Don Plow, and our Parks Foreman, Claude Powers III. Thank you all for coming out. Think big with Markel Watkins. We appreciate that.
Okay. A couple of things I want to mention very quickly, and I'm going to ask that we could look into. Number one, at Tolliston, as we prepare to move forward with turning the second small basketball court into a pickle court and resurfacing both of the courts. I'd like for us to look into the replacement of the courts that were damaged and taken down. I believe there are 2 of the 6 that were
Yes.
damaged and taken down.
We are already doing that.
Okay, and the second is it had lighting and a scoreboard. And we may or may not be in a position to address that, but I would like to know what we would be looking at in order to do that.
Absolutely. We were just out there Saturday. And Don, if you will, could you report out on the damage that was done to the poles?
Well, when you go out there, if you look at the bottom of the poles, the bases have all been popped out, and there isn't a wire in any of them. So, I mean, that's just, it's rewiring that scoreboard net. To be honest, Reverend Gardner, I haven't looked at that, but I know exactly where you're talking about. I don't know where the power for all that comes from. It's just not, but I mean, as of right now, I can take a meter out there and see if there's power to that board itself or what that looks like also. But
Here's a question, maybe both a question and a thought, because you're right, all of the wiring was pilfered. I mean, it was literally stripped out, which is a tragedy.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility, let's look into having solar systems. If any of that could be run through a solar system, it would relieve a lot of our.
you know, and somebody tried to do that. There's some LED lights that are solar, and they work fine. You know, I mean, it's already, somebody had donated, like, there's 2 of them at
Right.
Orman and 1 of them at Tolliston. And I got this information from the general foreman, Claude Powers. He was telling, in fact, I think Levita, you were there also.
Right.
He was telling us about that, and they work well, you know,
Yeah.
so that is definitely something to look into.
Yeah, it's 2 of them out there, actually 2 of them
Was
out
there
there
2
right now.
now?
Yeah, it's 2 of them out there right now. And one of the grants that we're currently writing for includes solar power at our jewel parks.
Great.
So that is one of the things that we're doing. In regards to the scoreboards, not the scoreboard, but the basketball backboards, Don is actually taking those over to be fabricated to be metal again, because we cannot keep up with the
I would
fiberglass
agree.
damages.
I think
Yeah.
that those that are remaining, that are fiberglass, should remain. But if they are damaged, and we replace them, we should be replacing them with metal backboards.
Yeah, and there's
Yes.
really so few that aren't damaged.
Right.
I mean, it's amazing.
Absolutely. And that is it.
Public comment. And remember, our public comment is 2 minutes.
Yes. So for, the first public comment is from Nora Glenn.
Hi, my name is Nora Glenn, and I'm the president of the Marquette Park Playground Committee. Almost 30 years ago, we came up with the financing and we installed, and we to this day maintain the playground in Marquette Park. And this is the 4th year for
Nora.
Ms. Glenn,
Nora.
can you stand and?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to.
Right there.
That's good,
No,
right there.
come on.
Okay, so this
Put
is
an
the
X on
4th
there.
year for what I call Super Story Hour. This is my own little creation. And it starts tomorrow. It's at shelter number 3, which is the shelter on the Marquette Park Playground. And it's from 10 to 12 every Wednesday, weather permitting. We have guest readers, and it's already booked for this whole summer and already into next year. But anyway, it's just for the kids. The playground is important because it needs to be used by the kids of the city of Gary. So that's what my goal is to get kids out there, get kids down to the beach, get kids, on the playground, kids meeting kids that may not, they may not get to meet each other otherwise. And I think that's it. Questions?
Can you
I-
make sure
go ahead.
that when they come out, the parents when they do the readings, that they don't park along that corridor where it's no parking?
Well, they never park there.
I'm just making that
Right,
point
I hear
because
you.
they often do, and I just notice it when
They
I'm
don't
riding
park.
around the beach.
For Story Yard, they don't. I mean, if we
Okay.
have a delivery or something, like a food delivery or something, they may stop, and sometimes I stop, and there's a little library on the playground, so sometimes I'll stop and put books in, and I'm in a no parking tollway. I have I put the flashers on, and I'm just there for less than 5 minutes. So, but there's no, a lot of people who come, and I'm inviting childcares this year, so we should have about 45 kids. They're preschool.
Wonderful.
And Gary, it's all Gary kids, and yeah, so, but they don't, and then so like the buses will come, and they know that they have to park someplace else, not in that where the bike path is, never. And then a lot of times I get in trouble, like right away if I park to do the little library, or my husband does the water fountain and different things, if you're there for just a second, I mean, Gary Cops will be like, wee, wee, wee,
Oh, very good. And thank you.
Thank you.
And then you realize it's me, that crazy woman, and they're like, okay,
Okay.
never mind.
And that she completes our public,
Okay. There may be someone who arrived after we began our meeting and didn't get a chance to sign in. And so if you would like to participate in public comment, I'm going to ask you to come forward, but please give your name before you begin to address us. And remember, public comment is 2 minutes.
So, Joe Petras, Friends of Marquette Park. Have you noticed that Mayor Hatcher's statue has been repaired?
Yes,
We did it.
good job.
Kamisha called me, and we've worked on the Father Marquette statue for 8 years, and we got a hold of Brent Harris from Kalamazoo. He came and he was able to repair the statue, and we didn't have to take it apart, and take it away, which would have been $10,000 or $20,000. He did it for $800, so that was a really happy outcome.
Good job.
Absolutely.
I also told Kamisha that we are fixing a damaged garbage container in the pavilion parking lot. Somebody backed up over it, and they were just put in last year by the Miller Garden Club. So I've got guys on my crew that have taken it out, and it should go back in this week. They may also be able to fix the gate for the parking lot that's bowed, so they're gonna take care of that. Parking details. Are there going to be any free parking spaces in the park, or is every space going to be charged?
There will be a charge for all spaces.
All the way around Marquette Drive and the park? And you have a method to take care of that? I
We
mean,
have a method to our madness.
and can you briefly explain how they're going to do that?
Well,
Not at this time.
Okay?
Yeah, she has, we've kind of covered that, and we're bringing in more ticket takers and that type of thing, so I'm not gonna ask her to try and articulate that at this
Yeah.
moment.
Well, I mean, people are asking. They want to know, you know, like the disc golf guys want to know what's going on with all of that. And then I want to talk to Tawana about some safety details.
That would be 2 minutes. Thank you.
Well, you know, I got more than one subject, so if I could have more than 2 minutes.
I'm sure Carol wants you to talk about the annual meeting that's coming up on June 5th. Can
Yes.
you make that announcement,
Well,
please?
yeah, Carol sends her regrets, she couldn't make it today. Yeah, so the annual meeting is coming up, it's gonna be our 8th annual meeting at the pavilion, starting at 6 o'clock on Wednesday evening. And, you know, we're gonna do the birdhouse auction again. And, you know, and we're just in really good shape with everything because of the matching grant that we're getting from the Legacy Foundation. So we got a $60,000 matching grant. Every dollar we raise, we get another dollar. It's fantastic. I was gonna tell Don that if he's ready to sweep the park, I can get you a volunteer to drive the thing.
No, we're not quite ready yet.
Okay.
All right, so we gotta move on.
Okay. And then one other thing for
We'll see you after the meeting.
yes, you and I need to get together
Okay.
because we're working on the tot lot.
All
The
right.
tot lot doesn't have anything to
Thank
do
you.
with
Thank you, Joe.
the Friends of Marquette.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
All right, good report. All right. Anyone else?
No, that was, does anybody else?
I have a concern about how I'm going to park when the smartphone parking system is installed, whenever that happens.
Okay, we'll have to,
Because I'll be parking to work, not go to the beach.
right. Well, look,
You won't have a problem.
You won't have a problem. We'll figure it out. Okay.
Does that conclude
Is-
our public?
Okay, that concludes our public comment. Okay, any comments from board members? It was refreshing to have a board meeting that was full of good news and even applause for work that was done. All right, we are moving forward. We got things going on. We want to encourage our community to use our parks, to rent the pavilions, to visit our happy spaces. We are excited about where we are and where we're going. With that, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second.
Then our meeting is adjourned.
Adjourned. Very good.